I'm Rod Trent, Senior Cloud Security Advocate with Microsoft and a correspondent for the Security News Now news team. Here's what's happening now. For Azure Security Center. This year at Microsoft Ignite, we heard that Azure Security Center has been rebranded to Microsoft Defender for Cloud. Specifically, Azure Security Center and Azure Defender are now unified as Microsoft Defender for Cloud. This name change not only helps simplify security tool naming, but it also highlights and signifies the commitment to deliver the best multi-cloud capability available. With the updated name comes native multi-cloud support for AWS. This brings seamless onboarding using the AWS API, 160 plus out-of-the-box recommendations for things like CIS, PCI, and AWS Foundational Security Best Practices, a multi-cloud view, or Secure Score. Additionally, there's EKS support and easier onboarding. Microsoft Defender for Cloud now has Azure Purview integration so customers can discover, classify, track, and secure sensitive information across all workloads. In this release, additional Microsoft Sentinel integration enhancements have been provided. Most specifically, bidirectional sync between Defender for Cloud and Microsoft Sentinel is now generally available. Also, SecOps teams can now choose the relevant Microsoft Sentinel workspace directly from the Microsoft Defender for Cloud recommendation page and immediately enable the streaming of raw logs from Azure Kubernetes Service and SQL workloads. Also, announced is the general availability of Microsoft Threat and Vulnerability Management as a new vulnerability assessment provider. While Microsoft Defender for Cloud already includes a set of vulnerability discovery and management tools, the integration with Microsoft Threat and Vulnerability Management allows frictionless onboarding for existing and new server workloads so customers can detect vulnerable software without the need to install additional agents or scanners. Additionally, security recommendations now map to the MITRE ATT&CK framework in 3 ways. Recommendations map to MITRE ATT&CK tactics and techniques. Filter recommendations are mapped by MITRE ATT&CK tactic. And query MITRE ATT&CK tactics and techniques are mapped on recommendations using the Azure Resource Graph. Lastly, the Azure Security Benchmark version 3 has been made available in the Regulatory Compliance Dashboard within Microsoft Defender for Cloud and enabled as the new default. Enhancements here include additional mappings to industry frameworks, right? More granular and actionable guidance for controls with the introduction of security principles and Azure Guidance, and brand new controls, including DevOps Security as a new control family that covers topics such as threat modeling and software supply chain security, as well as key and certificate management for best practices in Azure. By the way, look for our new news show called Security News Now, a weekly news show to consolidate and curate weekly updates to help keep customers up to date on new features and enhancements, much like is being reported today. The programming schedule will be available soon, so stay tuned for announcements. I'm Rod Trent, and that's what's happening now.